Alright, boys and girls, the patch notes are up for the upcoming WJ update, the Writhing Wild. There's a lot coming with this update: a new Battleground map, a new crafting system, a new PvP zone, class balance changes, and a lot more. I'll try and go through all the important bits as quickly as possible, and you will find the timestamps for everything to navigate through the video more easily. Now, without any further ado, let's dive into the patch notes. Starting with the update will be dropping on 20th March for everyone. There's a developer video here, you can go check it out. I will have a link of this under the description of the video or maybe pinned comment section. Then Codex, Writhing Wild main quest, forge a name for yourself, new Battleground map, legendary gems we already learned about, crafting system, a new phantom market, Omen of plenty limited time event, returning event, class balance changes, feature update, bug fixes. First off, we have a new main quest. It will take you to a specific story area. It will not be a new zone, but you will be visiting a new area for this quest, and this area will have new enemy type. We have our first look at the new enemy type. There we go, some artwork for that. I'm excited for it. And if we move on to the next one, that is going to be the new Battleground map. Now I will try and go through this as quick as possible. This map is built on community feedback. It will be balanced competition for both sides, and Battleground Conway is going to be the name of this map. In it, teams will go head to head in up to 3 5-minute round to determine the winner. So there will be 3 checkpoints. Each checkpoint will have 5 minutes for you to achieve, and both sides will be doing the same objective, and the end goal is going to be destroying the enemy crystal by achieving the first team to do all 3 objectives. If we move on to the next screenshot, this is how the map looks. This will be the enemy side, this will be your side. Both team will have these a checkpoint, and you have to move the idol. In the mid, there will be a boss spawning. If your team successfully defeat the boss, your team will get one of the 3 bonuses, a really powerful bonus for the Battleground. And there we go, this is how it will look. We have covered this a lot of times before, and so I will not be diving into this all that much. Another thing that is important here, we will have original Battleground map and Battleground Conway map, and these will be the timings when these maps will be available. Anyhow, next we have the new legendary gem. Colossus Ancient currently is a lot of hype and excitement about this gem, but I did some math yesterday, and after that it isn't looking that OP, and I will be sharing that video tomorrow. And next we have a new 2-star gem. This is going to be a gem for the damage. It is looking really good, and most people should able to get this gem. It will be among one of the best gems out there, and we will be testing it out. And then there is a 1-star gem. I'm currently seeing quite a lot of excitement for this as well, preventing players, especially in PvP, from dashing. But keep one thing in mind, Tempest will still able to break this with their dash, the one that gives them the CC breaking the dash. They will able to break this, and any type of CC immunity will able to break this. And if we move on to the next one, we will have a modifier for the upcoming gems. This is good to see. It will be starting on March 20 until April 16. And then if we move down, there will be a Colossus Ancient trial, so everyone can go and try it out. Then Masterful crafting changes. This is going to be a new crafting system. You can now go play open world, Terror Rift, Oblivion Pillar, Hasley Bounty, or kill the elites in the wilderness and dungeon. You can craft a legendary item of your choice. The crafted item will have at least 2 attributes and 2 affixes, one of which is guaranteed to be a class specific magic attribute. So this is basically like crafting items with the Eternal Gear Affixes, previously called Magic Affixes. A skill stone with at least 3 class related attribute can also be crafted using these material. And there is a special material here, rhodolite. If you obtain this by playing the new event that is coming, that is somewhat the zone PvP, you can only obtain this material from that event. And if you use 6 of these material, then you can craft an item with 3 attributes and 3 magic attributes as well, and you will able to obtain 6 of the rhodolite in a week by playing this mod that we will be taking a look at later. That is everything it says here. And they are adding some new eternal affixes for every single class. I'll be diving straight into the wizard here. Wizard is getting 5 of the new eternal gear affixes, something that I actually talked about a few weeks ago that we need, and surprisingly we are getting that. Anyhow, Scorch trigger an explosion on hit, dealing damage to nearby enemy. Cooldown will be 3 seconds. Frostwheel, summon an ice whirlwind for 3 seconds, chilling enemies and dealing damage per second. They have not said what is the cooldown, but I'm gonna try and get this on my gear. I need that for the PvP, and I'm gonna see how good it is, this ice whirlwind. And then ray of frost, you can get additional ray of frost beam, something like the disintegrate. Black hole, emit arcane missile from its center that attack random enemies, dealing damage. And slow time effects remain on any enemy for 1.5 seconds after they leave the affected area. I'm not sure how this will be working with some of the other slow time skill essences, which doesn't actually slow the enemies down. Anyhow, next we have the Phantom Market. This will cost you 11,000 eternal orb to obtain everything from this Phantom Market. Then if we move on to the next one, Omens of the Plenty limited time event, basically you go do some task and you can get legendary item, you can get legendary crest, and there are few more things you can get from the event by completing the task, and it will be starting on March 20 until 3rd of April. Then there are some returning events like All Clan on Deck, Fractured Plane. They are making some changes with the Fractured Plane as well. And Conqueror is coming back, and there is another event coming back. Class balance changes, there isn't much happening with the class balance changes. For the wizard, Fortitude, Entropy, Disintegrate no longer provide damage reduction. These are the legs. For the Disintegrate, it will no longer provide 30% damage reduction. Instead, it will give you 30% damage increase within 3 yards. This is going to be somewhat good for the lightning build for PvE. We will be testing it out. Then feature update, Destruction Call Zone event. This will be a new event coming to the game that you have to play weekly to obtain basically rhodolite material for crafting legendary item. You need at least 6 players on each side, and you go in, capture the flags, you defeat the monster, try and upgrade yourself, and capture the flag and try and defeat the other side. Basically somewhat like the Wild Brawl. If you enjoy that, you will enjoy this as well. And there isn't more detail about this, but it is starting soon, and you will able to get the rhodolite material that is needed to craft the legendary item with 3 attributes and 3 magic affixes, and you can only get 6 of these per week. That is the cap. And then royalty essence bonuses, we have talked about this in depth. There isn't much happening with this. It will be quite simple. And if we move on to the next one, familiar skill improvement, again they have not given much detail here. We saw this already from a Chinese Chinese patch notes. There are no detail here. what will be needed to actually increase or make our uh, pet evolve into one of the newer one. We will have to learn that ourselves. And then Vanguard mode is coming with a new map, some new weapon. The first weapon is crawling despair, unleash despair, dealing damage and blinding all nearby enemies for 3 seconds. This is going to be good for PvP CC. I would like to get my hands on this personally. And then we have Skin Veil Sworn, summon 2 of her servant to release Sworn of Bat, each dealing damage. This will be for PvE, damaging a somewhat build. And then Broken Stone Dive, Dreadnought Slam into ground, dealing damage to enemies and knocking them airborne. This will be somewhat good for melee, maybe melee classes. And then Challenge Dungeon, a new modifier. This is actually something I already shared a couple of days ago, that there will be new modifiers coming, and I exactly showed these modifiers a couple of days ago. So another thing I was correct about, and they are making some changes with the 2 modifiers that we already have. One is the Goglet. It will now have a speed boost, so you can move faster between the bosses. And then Sacrificial Power, now monsters will drop additional health globe. That is good to see. And my goodness, hopefully they will not butcher the open world farming more. Wilderness expansion, they are saying that they are adding more monsters to Ash World and some of the other zones. Waypoints, they are adding some waypoints to the Frozen Tundra and Mount Zaman. This will be good for the Terror Dungeon, Terror Rift and stuff like that. And legendary gems will now be sorted into stacks based upon the quality, rank, and if they can be sold at the market. Then dungeon parties, you will no longer be automatically separated after completing a dungeon with a pre-assembled party. Remember, there is a new chapter coming for Hero Journey. Helliquary is receiving a couple of updates to its gameplay. Basically, you will able to now, if you die, and you will able to see the HP of the boss, and a couple of more things are coming. And then Raid the Vault, they are removing the cooldown on Raid the Vault, so shadows can just keep on raiding and raiding. I'm not sure if they are going to balance the rewards somehow, like trying to slow you down so you have to play more the Vault. They have not given any more detail here, only that they are removing the cooldown. Realm of Damnation, Demon Gate, now you only need 1 player to activate it instead of 3. Defense of Cyrangar will give you more activity points. And Adventurer Chronicles collectible have been added to the World Crown Zone, bug fixes, and that is everything. So we already knew about most of it, and later we will try and dive into some more things here. But for now, I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. You guys have a great day. Later.